Hello everyone, it's thomasjujube and Kamen Rider Gotchard. We got the Gotchard press conference just a few days ago. We also got a bunch of cast information, a trailer, some new things, some things I'm not as excited about, so we're gonna break it down. The trailer is down here waiting to be played. Before I get to that, be sure to check out the description because I'll link to pretty much everything I'm gonna be looking at here. I've got the trailer on YouTube, I've got the trailer subbed on Twitter from people that have subbed it. I've also got links to like some of the official like cast listings and some other like translation stuff. I also will be linking, I appeared on Achilles' channel. We reacted to the press conference live while Marcos read comics. So if you want to hear Marco Satsu's review on Invincible number 100 or see our reaction to the press conference as it happened, links in the description. Alchemy, isn't that awesome? Don't you just love alchemy? This is like, this reminds me of the Saber one where it was like, books, do you like books? I love books, let's look at books, and they just show pictures of books and that's it. Look, new show, Kamen Rider Gotchard. I do like the little animation they did with Hopper 1 here. He's like dancing a bit because he's gonna be like alive, I guess. Ichinose Hotaro is a second-year student at Furasasu High School. There's a girl. We'll meet her later. Then, okay, hold on. They made a friend. He's a little Hopper friend. He's so cute. He says Hopper. I really like Hopper 1 friend. I guess they're just gonna call him Hopper. Especially, okay, I really like too that he's just a physical prop. Like, it's a small thing, but like he's gonna be there like a lot, right? He's just a little dude. He's a little guy. I think that's really cute. I really like this Hopper friend. Here's our main rider. We already got his name a couple weeks ago, but now we have his face. This is Hotaro Ichinose, as we already knew. He's being played by I think it's Junsei Motojima, or it's, yeah, I think I have it reversed here. So the official like synopsis they have of his character is he is a high school student supporting his mother and their family restaurant. We will meet the mother in a bit. He apparently creates like unique restaurant dishes to find his own identity. Apparently one of the things they're trying to go for with the season, and they said in some of the pre-release stuff, is like they were like Aruto in 01 was a CEO, and Geets is like a celebrity. Hotaro he's a dude. Like, they genuinely are like, he's just a normal child. And it seems like that is part of the story, and he's gonna find something to make him unique and stand out, and one of the elements of that is him creating unique restaurant dishes, which I just realized might be an attempt to be like a fun little joke at alchemy, like cooking dishes is like alchemy. I don't know. Is that what they're doing here? All right. One day, we'll see in a second, one day he discovers the Alchemy Academy hidden in his school and begins to learn about the mysterious magic of the Ride Chemi cards. And then a chance encounter with the Chemi Hopper leads to Hotaro activating the powers of a Kamen Rider, which, fun fact, is what the show is. He transfers to a school where youths aspire to be alchemists together. Okay, so this is our main girl character for the show. She is being played by Matsumoto Reo. She is Hotaro's best friend, and she's a top student in their high school, and then secretly attends the Alchemy Academy, and then she's the daughter of a legendary alchemist named Fuga. So we have Kuga, Juga, now we have Fuga, who stole the original Chemi cards 10 years before the series began, and he's like a big part of the plot. So this is like an interesting thing. They just have these rings, like alchemy rings or something. I don't know. We don't really know what these are. They're just like a sign of attendance at the school, I guess. It also makes this feel less like a school thing and more like a secret society or something, because like all of these characters have rings. Hotaro, we'll see, like ends up getting a ring. I forgot to switch this picture. You can see Rin has a ring and she'll show it off more. Both of these guys have a ring, so let's actually get to these guys now, actually. So these are apparently Alchemy Academy tutors. I don't know if these are people, like if these are other students, they're just older students at the academy, because some translations list them as like tutors and they share classes, so that would imply they're older students and they just they're helping our main characters with stuff because they're younger. But also both of these actors are like 23, 25, so are they just trying to play it off as them being like 18 or something, which I guess it's not the biggest stretch. On the left is Renge Ichio, played by Abe Osu, and she apparently comes from a poor family, so she's trying to make gold to presumably get rich. The other guy is Sabimaru Suruhaya, who is being played by Rikiya Tomizono. They're like Hotaro in that they both like chemis. Hotaro like tries to befriend the chemis. I mean, I assume he does that with Hopper 1. And then you can kind of see it in this picture. He has an artificial intelligence in his iPad named Isaac. Yes, they do have different uniforms, but like it could be like a class system thing. Like if they're like if they're younger students like Hotaro and this girl, they'll wear this blue jacket. And then if they get older, maybe they wear the red jackets. That's what I think it could be. But yes, also like I think these are the only two characters we see with the red jackets. So it's like maybe it's just a tutor jacket thing. I do want to say this guy might be my favorite right now because it's kind of hard to show it in this. But when he talks, he's just whispering and they put little subtitles for his dialogue. Maybe that's just what the AI is. Like, the AI is just going to talk for him. So it's just like text-to-speech. I think that would be kind of fun. Here's the mom. And then here's another student. Here's another guy. So there's just like a ton of people in this thing. Tamanami Ichinose, same last name of course, being played by Yoko Minamino, who is the woman who apparently played Suekaban Deka in Suekaban Deka, which is an older Japanese show, and Majin dressed up as her in Zenkaiger. An interesting thing that I realized is that like the writer of this show is the writer of SS Gridman, and this is just Rika and her mom. We changed Rika to a man. It's Hotaro, and then the mom ran like a restaurant. I mean, it wasn't exactly a restaurant in Gridman, but it had a restaurant, and like it was a part shop too. So it's kind of interesting he's written in that dynamic again. What if the dad is Decade? I don't think the dad is Decade. I think Decade is dead. Ryo Kajiki, Swordfish, being played by Kabe Amon. He is Hotaro's best friend, and he's an occult fan. And he reads like an occult magazine. So another Majin reference. So this guy is super weird because once again, this is his only appearance in this trailer. Like, these three characters are just kind of like, bam, here's three characters in the show. But what makes it weirder is that this was the press release for this guy. The actor has two names, Rikuto Kumaki, but we are told that he's Hotaro's history teacher, so that would be this outfit. But then he's also apparently secretly an alchemist, which would be this outfit. And as we see, he also has a ring. And yes, some of you already saying it, he seems pretty set to be a rider of some kind, possibly our Decade rider. These are called the Sisters of Darkness. Now apparently their names come from Greek, or they are based on like the three Sisters of Darkness from Greek mythology, which is interesting. I don't know why they were like, that's what we'll do for the alchemy show. This is Clotho, played by Kanon Miyahara. She is the spinner in the Greek mythology stories. And she's referred to as the second sister. The ordering here is very weird because she's put first, but whatever. So she's referred to as the second sister, and she's the fighter of the group. Lachesis, or Lachesis, or is that what the name is? Some of these are, yeah, this is Lachesis. In mythology, she is the allottor. I don't know what that means. She's being played by Arisa Sakamaki. She is referred to as the third sister, so she would probably be, I assume, the youngest. She has a mouth harp, is what Toei felt the dire need to let us know. One in the middle is Atropos. She's the oldest in the show, but the actress is the youngest. So there's, you know, I guess 2 years in a row of doing child actress as old woman, I guess. All female villain cast. That's pretty cool. So here we got Rin's dad, who is Kudo Fuga. So, you know, Kuga, Juga, Fuga. He is being played by Kanji Ishimaru. And they make an interesting point to point out that he's the one who calls Hotaro Kamen Rider. Like, he specifically says in the trailer too, from now on I grant you the name Kamen Rider. And since we know we have Valverado, who is not a Kamen Rider but is like Rider-esque, it is interesting that we're making the term Kamen Rider like important. He stole the Kemis, or like did something with the Kemis 10 years ago, so during Kamen Rider Gaim. Apparently, like, he's been missing that whole time, and they didn't know why, but some of the things say it's because he was holding back the Sisters of Darkness, and then now he's here giving Hotaro the Kemis. I think these are the Steam Hopper cards in his hand here. Yeah, 100%. Those are the Steam Hopper cards. So then that's where I'm like, if Hotaro meets Hopper 1, and that's his base form, like, he meets Hopper 1, that's the inciting incident, that's how he joins the alchemy school. How does this guy factor in? Like, how does he get... is he the one who catches Hopper 1, and then he's like, here you go, now you can become Kamen Rider or something? Then I guess I'm also curious, like, how does Hotaro get the belt from this guy? Because you'll notice too, like, this location is very different from like we see this here. Like, I think this is around the same location, and it's not this rooftop thing. So I think this is all sequences they filmed just for this trailer, and then like these are some episode 1 shots of Hotaro and Fuga doing cards and stuff. So, and the rest of the trailer then is just transformation stuff. To me, this is like supposed to represent like the 2 cards that are like in the belt apart before he brings his hands down and pulls things, and then they come together. I think that's like the thing they're going for, but I do really like the goggles open up, and that's part of the transformation. I think that's really fun. It's a guy. He says, funny joke. What a ridiculous joke. Isn't that funny, guys? And then, bam. It's Valverad. Kuragane Spanner. So, because he has a spanner wrench on his face, his name is Spanner. Apparently, he's a graduate of the Alchemy Academy. So he is a grown man beefing with a high schooler. And then the other thing too about Valverad that's like really cool that they point out is he's like, they give him a title. I think it's like Kamen no Senshi, which would be which would be Kamen Warrior instead of Kamen Rider, like in Romanization stuff. So I think it's pretty cool. We have like a pseudo rider term now, because as we know, he's meant to be the secondary rider, and we don't have like 100% confirmation of this, but it's pretty obvious that his character arc will be becoming a Kamen Rider. So Decade, I don't think Decade's in this show. I think, and some of the leakers are clarifying, there is a suit in this show that looks like Decade and uses cards like Decade. That is still something that was never a question. That is something that's happening. But apparently, like, the Masahiro Anyway thing that just came out of nowhere. Like, apparently that is not happening. It would just be a new character. So, I mean, that was a fun bit of months. Like, will Masahiro Anyway return in Gotchard? No. I mean, granted, it's still kind of in the air, but other leakers are starting to say, like, yeah, I don't think he's Legend. Or I don't think Decade's coming back. I'm not really that enthusiastic about this season. And it's really weird because I was actually pretty enthusiastic. Hearing the SSSS Gridman writer would be doing his thing in this show, I was actually pretty excited because he wrote SSSS Gridman, and I really like SSSS Gridman. So I thought, like, it feels pretty set to, like, have a really great high school drama Kamen Rider season. The thing that's, like, just disappointing is, like, it doesn't, from the trailer, it's not involving the high school, really. Like, so I thought, hearing that it would be him in high school with Kamen Rider, I thought that it would be like all his classmates are our other writers, right? Or sorry, not other writers, just other characters. If you want to make all the writers adults, sure, let's go for it. But I mean, like, the characters, I wanted them to be his classmates, and they're kind of doing that. Obviously, his main character, or main heroine, is his best friend, classmate. The Alchemy Academy is the thing that really annoys me, because it just feels like they told us, they were like, our Kamen Rider is a high schooler. The poster is at the roof of his high school that I guess they filmed these trailer shots in. He just gets whisked off to this academy thing. All the other characters are part of this supernatural academy. We see in the trailer that Rin, like, uses the ring to, like, create a symbol and say, like, she says, like, as an alchemist, my goal is to stop you. And I don't really like that. He doesn't feel unique, I guess, as Gotchard. Like, he's just part of this organization made to fight these monsters that are out there, and it just feels like really generic. The cards are just not trading cards at all. The toys literally say Ride Chemi trading cards. So, like, granted, this still could be a thing in the show, and they just didn't put it in the trailer. And it's not even the fact there's not a game associated with for us, like, there's no game we can play. I'm talking about, like, in universe, these just seem to be cards. Like, they could be ride books. Like, if you made these Wonder Ride books, nothing changes. Like, they made Alchemy and they made this dragon book or something. They're not trading cards, like, in universe, and they're being sold as trading cards, and it's just weird. Maybe it's just because my expectations were too high, or it's just completely different from what I was expecting. Because, like they said, our main rider's a high schooler, and we know these cards are called Ride Chemi trading cards. That is literally what they're called. So I hear that, and I'm like, okay, so in the show, they're gonna be like, these cards are being traded around at his high school, and then he can use some of them to become a Kamen Rider. But no, he's not at this high school anymore. He's just in this special Alchemy Academy thing. There's the trading card aspect is non-existent. They just exist as cards that he uses sometimes. Or if they do exist as cards, put that into trailer. Like, they didn't really show that at all. It seems like I might be in the minority of not really enjoying what I'm seeing right now, and that's perfectly fine. I'm glad that I'm glad to be in the minority, and a lot of people can be excited for a Rider season. But yeah, me personally, not 100% what I was hoping we'd be getting with this season, and I'm just not sure where we go from here.